What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in. Look, I want y'all to drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Now, look, I have this client, right? I picked the client up, I want to say back in June, May or June, I don't remember. But I picked the client up, and while I was doing work on that client's property, the neighbor come out, so I picked up the neighbor, right? And I also picked up the neighbor's brother. But here's the problem. Every time I service this property, let's just call the guy John. Every time I do John property, I have to remind John to pay his bill. It's gotten to the point I would cut it once, no payment come through. I would cut it the second time, and I'm asking him, can he pay for the last cut and this cut? Okay, I'll pay it next week, or I'll pay it tomorrow. I'll do it this, I'll do it that. All right. I got to the point of chasing down one payment. Then it got to the point I started chasing down two payments. And this has been a consistent thing. After the first cut, paid on time. After that first cut, I've been chasing money. And I never wanted to drop this client and then continue to do the neighbors. So I reached out to John early in the day, around 11, 12 o'clock. Hey, John, can you pay the invoice for last service and the previous service? The property was done Monday. Today is Friday. Today is Thursday. Property was done Monday. Right. So then then it was like, then John said, yeah, I can pay it later on this evening when I make it home. All right, that's fine. It was currently 8. That was, like I say, around lunchtime. It's 8 o'clock p.m. Still no payment. Reached out to John. I said, John, I really appreciate your business. I appreciate servicing your property. I enjoy servicing your property, but I am a small business. My small business is operated off of cash flow. I said, I'm at a point, I said, I have built up a reputation in Ocean Springs of providing quality and efficiency at what I said. I've built up a reputation in Ocean Springs for providing quality, consistency, and I said something else, inefficiently, something like that. All right. And I just explained, if payment cannot be made after services are rendered, I will have to cancel service. All right. John proceeds to tell me, I'm not going to say what he proceeded to tell me, but he started telling me all of the personal things in his life that he is dealing with. You see that people will try to guilt trip you for asking for your money for work that you've done. Now, nobody does this with Walmart. Nobody does this with the light bill company. Nobody does this with truck payments. Nobody does this with mortgage payments. Go down to your bank and tell your mortgage company, hey man, this was going on in my life. It's hard on me. They don't care. They will put you out. So why should the lawn man care? The mortgage company not gonna care. Walmart not gonna care. And if we want to be technical, I can tell you all the things I'm going through. This is my only income. I got 4 kids to provide for. My wife doesn't work. That is going on. I can start telling you everything I'm going through, but you don't care. I'm just the lawn man to you. So why should, and this is, listen, I had a lady cancel service about a month and a half ago because it started getting like this with her. I have to remind you to pay your invoice. And she proceeded to tell me, the other lady, my husband is in the hospital. I will have to do it when I have time. You see, I understand people go through things in their life that is personal. But why do you want to punish me for the things that you are going through in your life? I'm just here to cut the grass and go. That's all I'm here to do. So you shouldn't. So I'm not going to continue service for the guy's property. He went ahead, he paid both invoices. But you see what I have to go through to get paid. It's stress. It's stress. You eliminate all stress in your business. I'm not Visa. You can't pay me 30 days later. I'm not Visa. You have to pay me on time. Oh, next time I go to that property, I'm not going to service John property. I'm going to do the neighbors. And see, here's where the conflict comes in at. He's going to ask me, hey, you're not going to cut mine? No, sir. I'd rather not. I just don't want to deal with this. because now in the future it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna pay this invoice, you're gonna pay the next one, but then I'm gonna have to chase you down again, and then you're telling me your personal problems. That becomes a headache. And when I encounter you next time I do the neighbor's property and I don't service your property, you will address me and say, "Hey, you're not going to service my property," and I'm gonna say, "No, sir. I'd rather not. It's just I don't want to. I don't want to deal with tension and stress." You see how we are having this conversation because you decided not to pay the bill. I'm not at fault here. I continued to service your property when you didn't pay me. I never got upset. I never raised my voice. And the text I sent was very respectful with "sir" and "thank you." But we have to have a conversation next time I come to do the property, because you're gonna tell me, "Hey, I'm going through this. I'm gonna start paying on time." Or if I don't say nothing and keep serving your property, I'm gonna have to keep reminding you. See how it's stressed? I don't deal with that in business, not any longer. I used to, not any longer. So his service is cut off, even though he paid me. This has been a constant thing. So your service is cut off, and I have to explain this to him when I see him. You see why I say I don't like chit chatting with clients? I don't. Out of 85 clients, I may see 1 or 2 clients a week. That's it. I don't see nobody because my job is simple. Either I'm doing a full landscape install, either I'm maintaining your beds, I'm hedging your shrubs, or I'm cutting the grass, or I'm gone. I operate a simple business, efficient business, a 5-star business. So it's nothing that we really have to talk about unless I break something that we'll repair, or something, another service you want to add. I am not going to chase money in business, and I can't be bought. Y'all can go ask that property manager I fired on July the 4th. I explained to her the same thing. "Ma'am, I don't allow stress in my business." And she proceeded to tell me she got stressed. Just like this guy proceeding to tell me all of his life's problems. I'm not a counselor. Take that up with the counselor. But you see how it would make it would make me look like all you care is about the money. We're not friends. Why should I care about what you're going through? Honestly. When you go to a restaurant establishment, you walk in the bank and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" You do not care how the bank teller is doing when you say how you doing. You don't care about it. You don't. You here to deposit your check or take money out and go. You don't care if that doggone bank teller just got a divorce. You don't care if that doggone bank teller just got robbed yesterday. You don't care about none of that. You trying to get what you're trying to get and leave. Why? Because you don't have no ties to that person, and that person don't have no ties to you. You can walk in the bank tomorrow pleading with them people. "This is my only vehicle my family get around with. Can y'all please not repossess it?" And you know what they're going to do? They're going to repossess it. So this is why you should have buffers in business. You see, I can't go to Trustmark and say, "Man, I'm late on my payment. Help me." Because those are people that just work for Trustmark. They really don't care. But if you could talk to the owner, maybe the owner would be merciful with you. I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to let y'all go. If you ever get to the point where you are renting properties out, renting homes out, do not let the tenant know that you are the owner, because they will play on your heart saying, "My mother just died and I've been having to take time off work." And you see, you play like, "Hey, I'm just a property manager." And when they're they know the story is not going to work with the property manager, because when the property manager tell the homeowner, "Hey, this will happen," I can tell Mr. Gibson, but I don't know if it'll have an effect. See, I'm not the owner, I'm just the worker. "Hey man, can I pay y'all later?" I mean, I can call Mr. Gibson. I don't know if he'd go for it. I mean, all I can do is call him. He just paid me to come service the property and send the invoice. That's all I do. Whether you pay it or not, you have to call him. And they already know when they call the owner that they never met or never talked to, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So this guy is fired. He is. He's fired. And I know that sounds harsh and mean, but at the same time, you're not going to tell the plumber this. You're not going to tell the mechanic this. You're not going to tell the barber this. You're not going to tell your mortgage company this. Look, I hate to say this, but I'm going to put this cherry on the top. Now, you telling me all this you're going through. And I hate to say this, but you just bought you a brand new side by side. Y'all know the ones that cost like $30,000, the big ones. You just bought a brand new side by side. You was telling me about how awesome this side by side is you just bought. But you can't. I'm gone, y'all. I'm not Visa.